The morning sun broke gently across the bustling streets of Beijing, casting a golden hue over the quiet apartment where Zhang sat nursing his morning coffee. For months, his life had been a whirlwind of back-to-back script readings, endless wardrobe fittings, and flashing camera bulbs on red carpets. Yet, beneath the glamour of his rising stardom, a quiet anticipation rested in his heart. Today was the day he and Tian Xiwei had finally decided to step out of the shadows of speculation and share their truth with the world. Their journey had not been about hiding, but rather about protecting something deeply precious amidst the noise of the entertainment industry. Across town, Tian Xiwei was standing by her window, watching the city wake up while holding her phone tightly in her hand. Her heart was beating with a mixture of nervous butterflies and profound relief. She thought back to the countless late-night conversations they had shared, the stolen moments between grueling filming schedules, and the quiet laughter that kept them grounded when the pressure felt overwhelming. They had built a sanctuary of trust and genuine affection, weathering the storms of public scrutiny before it even began. Now, the time had come to take a leap of faith together. The decision had not been made lightly, as both actors understood the immense weight that public confirmation would carry. In a world where every smile, glance, and step is magnified by millions of watchful eyes, stepping forward as a couple meant opening their private lives to endless commentary. Yet, the desire to live authentically triumphed over fear. They wanted to walk side by side without looking over their shoulders, holding hands in the open sunlight rather than whispering in hushed corners. It was a choice born of courage, mutual respect, and an undeniable love that had only grown stronger with time. Their romance had quietly blossomed behind the scenes of their shared professional lives, where long hours on set naturally fostered a deep connection. Initially, they were simply colleagues navigating the demanding rhythms of television production, sharing notes on character arcs and offering words of encouragement during exhausting night shoots. Slowly, professional camaraderie transformed into a genuine friendship built on shared values, shared jokes, and an unspoken understanding of the unique pressures they both faced. It was the kind of bond that cannot be forced, growing organically through quiet moments of genuine care. As weeks turned into months, the boundary between friendship and something deeper began to blur in the sweetest of ways. Linghe found himself looking forward to the days he shared scenes with Xiwei, finding a distinct comfort in her bright laughter that could effortlessly dissolve the stress of a long workday. Xiwei, in turn, discovered that Linghe was not only a thoughtful scene partner but a remarkably steadfast confidant who listened with his whole heart. They realized that they had become each other's safe harbor in the chaotic sea of fame. The turning point came during a particularly grueling week of location filming, when heavy rain had delayed production for hours. Sitting together in a quiet corner of the green room, sharing a simple cup of tea, the conversation drifted away from scripts and directors into personal dreams, childhood memories, and unspoken feelings. In that quiet shelter from the storm, Linghe gently reached across the small table, his hand finding hers. The hesitation vanished, replaced by a warm, undeniable certainty that changed the course of their lives forever. From that moment on, their relationship became the quiet anchor that sustained them through their individual projects and mounting responsibilities. Even when, separated by hundreds of kilometers for different promotional tours or filming locations, their digital connection remained constant. Morning check-ins and late-night video calls bridging time zones became the rituals that made the distance bearable. They learned to celebrate each other's victories from afar, becoming each other's most passionate cheerleader and most trusted advisor. Yet, sharing a life while living in the public eye meant mastering the delicate art of discretion. They learned to navigate crowded airports, bustling film sets, and public appearances with careful coordination, mastering the art of passing each other a meaningful glance without drawing suspicion. Every shared dinner in a private dining room and every brief walk in a secluded park felt all the more magical because of its rarity. They treasured the simplicity of normalcy, finding profound joy in ordinary moments like cooking a simple meal together or watching a movie on a quiet Sunday evening. Despite their best efforts to keep their growing bond protected, the sharp eyes of devoted fans often picked up on the subtle shifts in their interactions. Sharp-eyed netizens dissected interview footage, noting lingering glances, shared inside jokes, and the unmistakable softening of their expressions whenever they spoke about one another. Speculation began to simmer across social media platforms, with fan clubs creating dedicated forums to analyze every frame of their public appearances. Rumors danced on the edges of mainstream media, turning every public sighting into a viral moment. For a long time, the couple chose to remain silent, allowing the noise to wash over them while they focused entirely on nurturing their bond. They knew that rushing into an announcement before they were truly ready could invite unnecessary chaos into their sanctuary. Instead, they used the time to strengthen their foundation, ensuring that whatever came next, they would face it as a unified front. They built a fortress of mutual trust, knowing that no amount of public rumor could shake the reality of what they shared. As their relationship matured, the desire to share their happiness with the people who supported them grew increasingly strong. They often spoke about the fans who had cheered for their careers, celebrating their individual successes with unwavering loyalty and boundless enthusiasm. It felt almost unfair to keep such a significant part of their lives hidden from the very audience that had embraced them with open arms. They wanted their supporters to know the joy they felt, hoping that love would ultimately be met with understanding and warmth. The planning for the big reveal was handled with meticulous care and a touch of playful excitement. They sat together at Linghe's dining table late one evening, drafting the words that would soon travel across the globe. They wanted the message to be authentic, elegant, and entirely reflective of their genuine personalities, avoiding overly polished corporate statements in favor of heartfelt sincerity. Every sentence was carefully weighed to ensure it captured the depth of their respect for one another and their appreciation for their supporters. Accompanying the written announcement was a pair of photographs chosen with immense thought and affection. Unlike the heavily styled promotional pictures from their television dramas, these images captured them in their most natural, unfiltered state. One photo featured a soft, unposed candid of them laughing together in a sunlit room, their eyes crinkling with genuine amusement. The second was a simple, intimate snapshot of their hands intertwined, a quiet symbol of unity and commitment that spoke volumes without needing a single word of explanation. When the scheduled time finally arrived, Ling took a deep breath, pressed the publish button on his official social media account, and watched as the digital world instantly transformed. Within seconds, notifications began to flood in with staggering velocity, creating a digital cascade of shock, excitement, and overwhelming emotion. Fans who had spent years piecing together clues and hoping against hope suddenly found their dreams realized in the most stunning fashion possible. The internet erupted into a chorus of celebration that transcended language barriers and national borders. The reaction from the global fanbase was an immediate and breathtaking wave of unconditional love. Across Weibo, Twitter, and Instagram, hashtags dedicated to the couple skyrocketed to the top trending positions within minutes. Millions of users shared the announcement, posting celebratory edits, heartwarming video compilations of their past interactions, and glowing messages of congratulations. The sheer volume of positive energy was staggering, turning what could have been a nerve-wracking moment into a nationwide festival of joy. Fans wrote eloquent essays expressing how deeply moved they were by the genuine nature of the announcement, noting how well the two actors complemented each other in every possible way. Comments poured in from admirers who praised their courage, pointing out that in an industry where personal lives are frequently scrutinized and restricted, choosing transparency was a revolutionary act of authenticity. Supporters flooded their comment sections with virtual flowers, congratulatory emojis, and heartfelt wishes for a lifetime of shared happiness. The media landscape reacted with equal astonishment, quickly pivoting from entertainment gossip to extensive coverage of what many publications were already calling the romance of the year. News outlets praised the dignity and grace with which the announcement was handled, highlighting the mutual respect evident in their chosen words. Television programs dedicated entire segments to analyzing their past on-screen chemistry, now viewed through the thrilling new lens of real-life romance, captivating audiences even further. Back in their respective homes, Ling and Xiwei watched the unfolding digital tsunami with a mixture of awe and profound relief. The heavy anxiety that had lingered in their chests for weeks melted away, replaced by the warm, radiant glow of public acceptance. Their phones buzzed continuously with messages not just from fans, but from close friends, industry colleagues, and mentors who had known about their relationship and were thrilled to finally see them step into the light. The world had not only accepted their love, it had embraced it with open arms. In the days that followed, the atmosphere surrounding the couple shifted in the most wonderful way. No longer burdened by the need for secrecy, they made their first joint public appearance at a charity gala later that week, walking down the red carpet with an effortless grace that took everyone's breath away. As the cameras flashed relentlessly, they did not shy away from each other. Instead, Ling offered his arm with a gentle smile, and Xiwei accepted it with a radiant confidence that illuminated the entire room. Their body language during the event spoke volumes about the strength and security of their bond. Gone were the guarded glances and cautious distances of the past, in their place were subtle, affectionate smiles shared between flashes of light and an easy, natural synchronization of their steps. When interviewers asked about the announcement, both actors responded with candid warmth, expressing their deep gratitude for the overwhelming support they had received from every corner of the globe. Their openness won over even the most skeptical critics, cementing their status as a universally beloved pair. Behind the glittering lights of public appearances, however, the true beauty of their relationship remained rooted in the quiet, ordinary moments they continued to share. Success and public adoration were wonderful, but the core of their connection lay in their ability to find peace in each other's presence after a long, exhausting day. Whether they were sharing a quiet meal at home without makeup or taking a late-night drive to watch the city lights, they cherished the simplicity of simply being together without any external masks or expectations. As time marched on, the whirlwind of public attention gradually settled into a comfortable, supportive rhythm, allowing them to focus deeply on their respective careers while nurturing their shared life. Directors and producers frequently noted a new depth and maturity in their acting, attributing it to the emotional grounding that a stable, fulfilling relationship naturally provides. They continued to inspire one another on professional levels, pushing each other to take on bolder artistic challenges and supporting one another through every triumph and setback. Looking back on the journey that brought them to this bright chapter, both Linghe and Xiwei often marveled at how serendipitous life could be. Out of all the soundstages, dressing rooms, and crowded cities in the world, their paths had crossed in a way that forever altered their destinies. They had navigated doubt, fear, and the intense pressures of celebrity culture, emerging on the other side with a love that was